Ladies and gentlemen and vector graphics designers, we're going to do, actually we're doing part 3, but I kind of missed this part of part 2, so I'm kind of backtracking a little bit, so excuse me. Okay, so take this note, take this note, take this note. Okay, so hit pause and then take this note. All right, so one thing is a layer mask is reversible. So it gives you flexibility because you can subtract or bring things back. What am I talking about? Nobody knows. No, just kidding. I'm talking about this. I'm going to show you. Okay, so we did these layer masks already, right? So we masked the lava, we masked the cartoon, right? And so what I want to show you now is that we didn't really delete anything permanently. We can add to that mask. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of my head here. There we go. All right, so and I'm going to get rid of this add. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to find this thing. Okay, so here's the. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to select what we want to add. So I'm going to add the rest of the bear to this selection. So when we got rid of the stuff around the cartoon, we didn't delete it permanently. We can bring it back. It's still there. So I'm going to go to this layer. So I'll turn it off so you can actually see what I'm trying to do here. So I'm going to work on this layer. I'm going to go to my magic wand tool, and I'm going to make the tolerance high. And so I'm going to click, shift, click, 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 and click. All right, so this is the stuff we already had. Now I'm going to add some of this stuff up here. Click, 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 and click. Okay, and so now I'm going to go back to this layer, and I'm going to turn it on so we can see it. And I am going to go to select, and I'm going to say convert to mask. Okay, and so that stuff all came back, okay? And there's other ways that you can do this. Let's turn this back on so it looks better. Okay, so there's other ways we can continue editing this mask. So I can make sure I'm clicked here on that layer where the cartoon is. And I can go here, and I can go like, oh, I want to add some stuff to the mask. So I can use the lasso tool. I can say, oh, I want to bring this. Actually, I don't know if there's anything yet. There's stuff there. Oh, and I want to bring some stuff here so I can bring it back, or I can change the mode to remove from the mask, and I can say, oh, I want to get rid of that, get rid of that. Anyway, so you can play around with this stuff, take it away or get rid of it. But this tool right here, the cutout mask, there's all kinds of different ways that you can either add to the mask or subtract from the mask. So I'll show you one more. So I'll add to the mask. So you can use this tool where you're like, oh, I want everything in here. Anyway, different tools. So I'm going to subtract that again. Okay, so now you know that a mask is not permanent. You can add and subtract from the mask and bring some of the picture back. Okay, so but that's not. I don't even care about that. I don't even like this really. But there's a reason I did this. I really wanted to show you the next part, which is, okay, make sure, by the way, make sure that you add these 2-layer masks. Okay, as part of the project, main thing is you have to add 2-layer masks. All right, now let's get down to this. This is what I wanted to really do, is the blending modes for part 3. Okay, so blending modes offer different ways for a layer to blend or interact with the layers below it. The pixels on one layer interact with the pixels directly below it. What does that mean? Once again, nobody really knows what that's talking about. No, just kidding. Once I'm done, it'll make sense what I'm talking about. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to add a new layer. So I'm going to go layer and add image as layer. And I got this beautiful picture of a nebula. Nebulas are just pretty amazing. Like the creation, the world and the universe are just awesome. So anyway, so there's my nebula. And so what I'm going to do now is I am going to click right here, and I'm going to change the blending mode. So right now there's no blending. Well, actually, before I do that, you can change the transparency. So you can make stuff so you can see through it, right? So it's totally transparent, and now it's totally not transparent. It's totally opaque, totally transparent. Okay, so anyway, that's one thing you can do. And that's kind of neat, but not mind-blowing. But something that's cooler is a blending mode. So if you click right here, you can go through the different blending modes. I'm just gonna hit the up arrow, and you can see the different. Well, that one's lame. That one's lame. That one's cool. I like the color one. So basically, what's happening is, you have the nebula, and like every little pixel, it's looking at what's below it, and it like interacts with it in different ways. Oh, you can't see me. I was doing hand gestures. I want you to see my hand gestures. So the one pixel here, like it interacts with the one right below it, with whatever it is. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to click here, and I'm going to hit the up arrow. You don't need to see my head anymore. Okay, so let's try the saturation, hue. Oh, wow. Okay, let's go back up. So there's color, which is the one I like the best, I think. There's saturation, don't like it. There's hue, which is cool with, it looks cool with lava, but nothing else. That one's pretty interesting. That would actually look good, could look good if you actually got rid of this stuff back here and just kept the stuff in there. Anyway, let's keep looking. Difference, that one's kind of neat. That one, that's my second favorite one. I think I could keep this one if, like I lighten this backside. Anyway, let's keep going. So there's spotlight, kind of neat. Hard light, color burn. I actually like the color burn. Actually, the color burn might look good if you actually lowered the transparency, so it wasn't quite so intense. So that's with nothing, and then something like that is kind of cool. All right, let's go back. Color burn. Anyway, sorry, I get all. That one's neat. I like that one. Lighten. That's kind of cool. Anyway, so it's an interesting. I like that one too. Anyway, I like all of them. Okay, so but I'm just going to do the one that's like not super overwhelming. I like color, I think. Yeah, so that's the one I'm going to keep. Okay, and so, but I don't like the way it's interacting with the lava. So it only interacts with stuff below it. So I'm going to drag this layer on top. So that's like that. Okay. Okay, so now let's go back to our spiel here. All right. So you have to add at least one blending mode. Okay. So you have to change the blending mode of one layer so that it interacts with the stuff below it. Okay. All right. That is it for today. Ready, break.